Hey guys, today I am not feeling the best health-wise, mostly skin-wise, so I'm just really not feeling the vlog life. I don't think I have the energy to bring you all through a day with me. So instead, I decided to answer your fitness questions. So yesterday on Instagram, I asked you guys for questions and I have picked the best, most relevant, interesting questions that I could find. And I picked questions specifically that I thought would be useful for all of you, not like just the people whose questions I'm answering. So hopefully you all be able to get something out of this. But first, super exciting, today is the day. Adaptogens 101, my 229-page ebook about adaptogens is live for sale on my website, MissFitAndNerdy.com. I am just so excited to finally be sharing this with you guys. I have worked tirelessly on this for months. I have poured my heart and soul into it. You guys know how passionate and excited I am about adaptogens, and so it was just the best thing ever to put it all into a book and to really do the in-depth research that I love doing on adaptogens and have like a bigger purpose for it, you know, like putting it into an ebook. A huge thank you in advance to anyone who does choose to download it. If you have any interest at all in adaptogens, I don't think you're gonna regret it. Personally, there's 150 different sources cited. There's over 50 recipes, all of which are gluten and dairy free, and most of which are paleo, and almost all of the recipes can be made vegan. Like I had little substitutions written in there for anything that wasn't vegan. It goes in depth into the science surrounding 20 of the most popular and, in my opinion, best and coolest adaptogens. And also, not only does it look at the science that is there to support the benefits that people talk about with these adaptogens, but I also acknowledge where the science is lacking and where we need more research to support these ideas. And so I also give a list of like side effects, obviously the benefits, the optimal timing, if there is any research to support optimal timing, the dosage that you might want to take, all that good stuff. So if you do choose to get the ebook, you'll learn all about what adaptogens really are, what they do, and also the science behind how they theoretically work in the body to accomplish the things that they are purported to do. You'll learn which adaptogens you can take for different purposes, if adaptogens are safe and legal. And then I also go into how to take adaptogens for maximal effectiveness, because I've gotten a lot of questions about like whether or not you can combine adaptogens, which ones you should combine, all of that good stuff, and just so much more. I literally answered every single question that I've ever gotten about adaptogens, basically. So again, you can get it on my website, MissFitAndNerdy.com. I will link it down in the description box below. If you try out any of the recipes in the ebook, definitely share them and tag me, because that would just make my heart so happy. And of course, if you have any questions about the ebook, like you're debating buying it, but you want to know if it has XYZ, leave a comment down below, send me a DM, whatever. Happy to answer any questions you might have. You may have also noticed that I changed locations again. I had to come back to LA for a few doctor's appointments, and in the meantime, I am cat sitting. I'm cat sitting Orson. If you remember Orson, he's the best little cat in the world. I don't know where he is right now, but if I can grab him later, I'll get him in at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's get into the questions. What are the best supplements and adaptogens you recommend on a budget? Now here's the thing. I'm about to convince like half of you not to buy my ebook, and honestly, that's okay, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Supplements and adaptogens, not necessary to be healthy. If you are on a strict budget, the last thing you want to do is waste your money on supplements and adaptogens when you could be spending it on just getting higher quality food. You're going to be getting so much more out of just eating good quality nutrition than you will from adding extra supplements. So focusing on organic produce, getting meats that are pasture raised, grass fed, etc. So basically, if you're on a limited budget and looking to get healthier, I don't recommend investing in supplements or adaptogens or my adaptogenic ebook. Instead, maybe invest in my program Project Comeback, which is all about helping you get more fit and healthier. So the next question is, do you still wear / use the Oura ring, and do you find it beneficial? So yes, I do still wear my Oura ring. For any of you who don't know, this is actually like a fitness tracker. It has little stuff inside and you wear it and it can track like your body temperature, your heart rate, and kind of your sleep quality. It's mostly a sleep tracker, but it also does track activity a little bit. And honestly, when I first got my ring and I was at a much healthier place in my life and my sleep was super consistent, it wasn't the most helpful because my sleep was consistent and it was good. So I didn't really have anything to improve on. But when my health tanked, when my skin started getting messed up, my sleep also went out the window, mostly because I was so itchy that I couldn't fall asleep and I would wake up itching. But I have been trying out different things to help improve my sleep, and so I can track my progress with my sleep with my ring. So one thing I'm testing out right now is CBD. I was doing a trial with another brand a while ago and got like no benefits out of it. So right now I am trying out the Ned brand of CBD because I heard about it via MINDPUMP and Christina Rice, both of whom I trust a lot with their product choices. So I'm trying that out right now. I will have a video about that at some point in the future, but I'm able to see like how it's affecting my sleep. I also am going to test out how meditation affects my sleep, and I'm also really excited to be testing out how red light therapy is going to affect my sleep. So all of that is going to be like, this thing is my science, my scientist. It's running all the data and letting me know what's actually changing. Because you can sleep for 8 hours, but the quality of the sleep can greatly vary. And so the Oura Ring allows me to not only track like how long I sleep, but also the quality of my sleep and how different factors are influencing it. Basically, yes, I like it, finding it super useful right now. Next question. Sometimes I feel too bulky and I don't know what to do because I love lifting, but I grow muscle really fast. So first things first, a lot of people feel really bulky when they have muscle, but also have a layer of fat on top of it that is more fat than necessarily optimal to achieve their optimal aesthetic. So that is the first thing I would check, is if you do have a slightly higher body fat percentage, that might be what is making you look bulkier than if you were to just cut, lose the fat, and maintain the muscle. You might be perfectly happy with your physique. That's the case for most people. But if that's not you, if you're genuinely someone who's like just genetically inclined to build muscle really fast, you can definitely still resistance train, but build less muscle. If you focus purely on strength, so the lower rep range, the like 1 to 5 rep range, lifting really heavy, or if you focus more on endurance and just kind of chasing the pump with the like 12 to 15 rep range, that's not going to build as much muscle as if you just continue training for muscle hypertrophy, which is the 8 to 12-ish rep range. That is the optimal range for building muscle. So if you're focusing on that, yeah, you're gonna build muscle. But if you get out of that range in either direction, the focus of your training and the adaptation that your body's gonna go through is gonna be less about just building muscle mass and more about building strength or endurance. So if you're happy with how much muscle you have, just get out of the hypertrophy range, train for something else, and you should be good to go for the most part. The next question is, do you experience feeling deprived? If so, how do you deal with it? I personally do not experience feeling deprived, and this is because of the mindset that I have chosen to approach my nutrition with. A lot of people, when they start getting into nutrition, getting into health and fitness, set rules for themselves and say, I cannot do this, or I must do this, or I have to limit this. And as soon as you start approaching it as though there are hard and fast rules and there's someone telling you yes, no, you can't do this, then you do start to feel deprived because you feel like you can't do things. You feel like you're being restricted because you are restricting yourself. Whereas if you approach it through the mindset of choice, every time you don't eat something, it's because you're choosing not to eat something. Your nutritional choices are your choice. There is no one telling you like, no, you can't have these foods. No, you're not allowed to do this or eat this much of this. Everything that goes into your mouth, everything that doesn't go into your mouth is your choice. That puts you back into the driver's seat and allows you to not feel restricted because you're choosing not to do it for whatever reason, because you want to be healthier, because you want to achieve your physique. And if you choose to have it, that's fine. You have to stop letting yourself be the victim of your own rules and instead put yourself in the driver's seat and make yourself responsible for making your own decisions. What's the easiest way to keep yourself accountable when you've fallen off the paleo wagon? I wanted to address this question because I think it also comes down to mindset, as pretty much everything does. You have to ask yourself why you're on the paleo wagon in the first place. Like, paleo is not necessarily inherently the best diet for everyone or the healthiest diet for everyone. I do think a lot of people would benefit from going paleo, but if you're doing it because 6 of your favorite YouTubers are paleo and they're healthy, and so you want to look like them and be healthy, that's not really a good reason to do paleo, and it's not something that's going to get you to stick to doing paleo or any other diet. Like, this can apply to any diet. If you're doing paleo because you genuinely feel better doing paleo, you feel healthier, you have more energy, you just feel like more human, then I would recommend just reminding yourself of that every day. When you look at a food that's not paleo, realize that you're making the choice. Like, you get to choose whether or not you're gonna stick to the diet that makes you feel good, or you're going to fall off the wagon and have something that you're going to regret having later because you're gonna have diarrhea. But for most people, if you're just trying to follow a dietary template to help yourself be healthier, but you aren't like super reactive to every other food that's not part of that diet, then I would just say don't worry about it. Like, don't be super strict about it. There's no reason to be super strict about it. Like, if you wanna be 80% paleo, be like paleo based, but have grains every now and again, maybe have a little bit of cheese every now and again, like, that ain't gonna kill you. You're gonna be totally fine. The goal should be to develop a diet and a lifestyle that you can maintain long term, because consistency is the #1 thing that's going to help you get healthier and achieve your goals. Don't let yourself get caught up in the diet dogma surrounding those diets and thinking that everything that isn't that diet is just like horrible for you, because that's not the case. Next question, can you fix digestion without removing foods forever? Can you outdo an intolerance? Short answer is basically yes. If you have a food intolerance, a lot of intolerances are caused by a combination of having leaky gut and just consuming one food a lot, like having it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or having it every single day. Foods that you consume more often are more likely to develop into intolerances, basically. And so if you find that you're intolerant to a food, it's because your body is recognizing it as some sort of foreign invader. So if you stop eating it for usually about a year is the good baseline, you might be able to reintroduce it and be completely tolerant to it again. Look at that, an actual short answer. Good job, Marissa, trying to get through these questions and not make this video half an hour long. Next question is, do you think it's possible to do AIP as a vegan? I personally do not recommend it. Most of the people who are like authorities in the AIP space do not recommend it. One of the main reasons is because AIP basically cuts out all forms of plant protein. There's no nuts, there's no legumes, there's no seeds, there's no grains, there's basically no forms of vegan protein. And so if you're not eating meat and doing AIP, you're not gonna get protein. That's not good. Also, since AIP is already so restrictive, it cuts back on a lot of potential variety you can have in your diet to make sure you're getting all of your nutritional needs. Meats, especially red meat and organ meats, are super nutritionally dense. They're like nature's multivitamin. So if you're incorporating those into your diet, you're probably not gonna become super nutrient deficient. But if you cut those out and can basically only eat purely vegetables, probably not going to be your best bet for healing your body. Next question, what are your thoughts on BCAAs? Are they worth it? This kind of ties into my previous answer about supplements, and that is basically that no. Like, BCAAs are not worth it. There is zero science to support their effectiveness, and all of the studies that I have been able to find that do support their effectiveness are all funded by companies that sell BCAAs. So that's just a wee bit biased. Here's the deal with BCAAs. They're marketed as a product that will help you not lose muscle when you're training, particularly if you're training fasted. But here's the secret they aren't telling you. Your body doesn't work like that. Your body does not just start burning muscle if you're in a fasted state. In fact, fasting is muscle sparing. Your body starts burning fat way before it's going to start burning muscle. Like, burning muscle for fuel is the last thing your body wants to do. So if you're training fasted, or if you're just training in general, you don't need to worry about your muscle being broken down and consumed for fuel. And here's the other thing. BCAAs are not like special. Like, they're kind of special in how they work in your body, but they aren't special with how you can find them in foods. A piece of steak or a piece of chicken is gonna have more BCAAs than your BCAA supplement, and it's gonna be a lot cheaper. A lot of people say that they're less sore when they take BCAAs, but first of all, if you're feeling sore after all your workouts without supplementing with something, you're probably overtraining. And also there's this fun thing called the placebo effect, where, you know, if you think something's gonna work, it might actually work. So basically, eat chicken or steak don't waste your money on BCAAs. And this is coming from someone that used to be like hardcore into BCAAs. Like I used to go to the gym, would always have my BCAAs with me, made sure they were there, got the best flavors. I was super excited about them. And then I learned the science. I was like, oh, oops. My bad. And that was all of the questions that I have for this video. I hope that was useful for you guys. I hope you got a little something out of it. Make sure you go check out my ebook down there in the description box below. And definitely let me know if you guys want me to do more Q&As in the future, because I love doing them on my Instagram stories, but I only spend like the allotted 15 seconds to answer the question. And I really enjoyed going more in depth onto some of the deeper questions. So let me know if you want to see this again in the future. In the meantime, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up because it really does support me and my channel, and I really genuinely appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your adaptogen lover buddies. For more videos all about health and fitness, you can check them out over here. If you want to see more videos from me in the future, you can hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little bell, the little notification button to get notified when I post new videos, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Here's Orson for cat tax. Isn't he the prettiest cat ever? Yeah, you know I'm talking about you.